Hey, what's up everybody? This is George, the 80s Transformer fan. Before I even get started, I want to give a special thanks to my buddy Josh for letting me get this figure and for a price that you wouldn't believe. And this figure is Transformers masterpiece NISSAN Cherry VANETTE, I always say it wrong, Autobot MP30 Cybertron Medic Ratchet from TAKARA. I just recently learned that Tommy is Takara in English. I never knew that. Thought they had like two companies had merged or something. But anyway, here is his box. Take a look at the front of his box. Has him in van mode, has him in robot mode. Bottom of the box, foreign writing. Side of the box is product shot with him holding the tools. Top of the box, and here we go, the side of the box, another shot of the van. It's kind of redundant actually, but I'll go over it just the same. In the back of the box shows you another shot of the van itself, the ambulance, and him using the weapons that are inside, the different accessories. Total look at all the things he can do, and the fact that he could fit in Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime like, go get him. And again, another shot of all his accessories. Now this box, with all this stuff on this box, it seemed like it should be on the shelf for retail. You pretty much, collectors know what they're getting pretty much when you buy it, and they don't have to have all this on the box. Then again, it might be sitting in stores in Japan. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna get this guy open. Give it a slice. Slide it open, and there he is. Here's his tray, his guns, similar to Ironhide. Turn over and you can see the accessories, or once I pull it out, and now you can see his accessories. Comes with a lot of accessories. Close this box up. Drop the box into the background. Alright, before I go too far into this tour review, I want to scoot this guy over real quick, and I want to bring out the first masterpiece car, which was MP12 Lambo, and we all know him as Sideswipe Lamborghini, which is my favorite car in the world. This model, not the newer, not the 2016, but this one is my favorite car in the world, and he was my favorite car toy, not character but toy. As a kid, I looked forward to this thing so much. I was so disappointed when I first got this toy, when I opened it up, for the lack of accessories. I thought he should have had multiple pile driver arms, because on the cartoon he was drawn with a lot of different ones. And I was disappointed in his paint job and how a lot of the things weren't quite together on this guy, like this gap here. But I was real disappointed, but mostly in the accessories. And with Masterpiece Ratchet, it's like, and Ironhide and Trax and some more of the guys, it's like they finally listen, they finally getting it and putting stuff in here. And a lot of people think that it's too much stuff, or if they didn't put it in here, you save a couple bucks. But I don't think so. I think this stuff is in here to justify the prices that they sell it at. And I'm happy to see a boatload of accessories. Okay, and one more comparison. Please bear with me. I got Masterpiece Prowl here, and this guy was even worse. Like, you pull out this box and he only came with the gun. And I'm one of the guys, I'm happy to see the accessories. I really am. Very happy to see the accessories. I wish they would start packing in accessories with some of the newer guys for some of the older guys. Like, we never got his rocket pack. Still waiting on this guy rocket pack. Anyway, back to the tour review. Here is Ratchet. He is a simple repaint of Ironhide and a slight retool, but that's what he always was, and I'm happy they kept it that way. Open this guy up, and I'm gonna go for Ratchet himself first and foremost. And I love the translucent blue windows, awesome. And with Ironhide and this guy, I'm not sure how I feel about the homage to the G1 toy Diaclone figure. The little face in there, it was like the little seat. It's kind of weird. And it's more noticeable on this figure because the windows are brighter, more clear. But here he is. And I'm checking out the paint on this guy. I don't see any sloppy paint. The back chrome bumper has some scraping on it out of the box. It's not that bad, but it's there. The paint job looks really good. I heard this guy had issues of paint chipping, mostly during the transformation. And it's like, why is he painted when it looks like mostly white plastic? Like, why'd they hit it with paint? It's weird. But the undercarriage is pretty clean inside. You can't see too much of the robot other than the thighs. Plug this thing in right here. And these are accessories to come packaged in the same tray that he does. Okay, got it. I got everything on here. Not sure if everything goes where it goes, but it's on here. Accessory tray. I probably will never display it like this. If I did, I would take all the other stuff off and just leave like the G1 toy parts, these two on there. And you know, I normally don't open these up, but unless they have something in there that I need, like the sticker sheet, which I'm probably not gonna put on this review. The little window heartbeat monitor or vital signs, because they don't have a heartbeat, vital sign monitor. Sticker sheet, different options, and by now everybody knows about the Red Cross actually being trademarked, and they had to like add something to it to make it different. And a lot of people were like waiting on repro labels when they could just cut out the little square and put it on there anyway. Again, probably won't get to that. Here's this collector's card. Very much video game-ish artwork on there. It's not bad. It's not overwhelming either. It looks like he's inside Autobot headquarters back there. And again, this is warped. The last couple have been warped out of the packaging. In the back is his just his tech spec and probably his bio here. Some type of mail away. I would hate it if this was like buy two of these and get one half off type of thing, and I didn't know it. And here is his instruction manual. Quick look at that. It has some very nice looking color photos there. Looks like it has a lot. Fold it out, you can see Ratchet there, and it has the death scene. There's a cartoon episode where it actually showed the little tray. I used that in the toy review. And him, oh, that's the gun. Oh, he actually has the gun right here that I never noticed, that I didn't know what it was in the little tray. Wow. X-ray blaster. I know what it is now. Pistols. Oh, they got some English on here. Static laser gun and laser scalpel. Awesome. Okay, on to the very heart of the review. Ratchet, he rolls pretty good, and it looks like Ratchet. If I saw it, if it didn't have the little light bar on it or the striping Autobot symbol, I'd be like, that thing looks just like Ratchet. It rolls pretty damn good. I like that. Let's take a look at the new light bars. These light bars are different than Prowl, and I'm assuming Red Alert. I don't have Red Alert. I was so disappointed in Sideswipe I didn't run out and get a repaint of the same mold, but I'm going to get it. And now they're offering an anime color. I don't know what that's about. I hope they don't go back and anime color everybody. But he has a little chrome part here, and it's surrounded in chrome. And from what I understand, this lets down to accommodate him inside Optimus Prime's trailer. I thought maybe it might be for the transformation, but everyone's saying for the trailer. So there's that. It pops up and it pops down. Here is Prowl. Take a look at his light bar, and you can see the difference. His is much larger than Ratchet's, and I'm used to these guys reusing parts, is what I'm trying to say. And they didn't here. They probably couldn't. They probably had to retool it. But I'm happy they did. I like getting new parts and new tooling. Make these guys have to spend some money. Okay, for the life of me, I cannot find my G1 Ratchet to put him next to this guy, and I guess I didn't put it back after I did the tour review a couple months ago, and I've hidden it from myself. But I don't have that guy. I'm gonna bring in Masterpiece Ironhide, which is, they're the same figure, but just to take a look at these two next to each other. The funny thing is, this guy's MP30 and Ironhide is MP27. Like with the Secret Jets, they're like a MP11A or NR or SW11, or they're like the same number but different designations. These guys are totally different numbers. That's pretty interesting. I wonder why that is, but here they are, side by side. Again, same figure. And I don't know if the windows are different. I think the internal color makes them look different. I think they might be the actual same. But here is Ratchet, and I'm going to get him transformed. I can't remember if I transformed Ironhide on camera. A lot of times when my reviews run long, I kind of edit it out or blow through it, like speed up the frames. And here we go. Lift this up, fold this over. Again, my transformations aren't official. Like, I do it just the way I know how. Flip this out. This tire is double hinged. And I'm not really good at explaining what I'm doing. I just know what I'm doing, sort of like playing a video game. I don't know the buttons. I just know it by memory. Hold his arms out. Separate what is his legs. I'm gonna have this in here. These panels come around to cover this up. I'll get that in there. And same thing on this side. Panel comes around. It covers. If I put the tire in there correctly, covers that up. Come here, fold these down. And he has, this guy, I love his transformation. It's not super easy. Turn his legs around, flip his feet around. But it's not overcomplicated either. It's actually fun to do. Yeah, these are his feet. Come around here in this chrome part. You want to make sure you get this up to minimize chrome wear. And still, because this is his feet, you're still going to get some wear here. Come around here to the front, slide these out, fold this little waist piece down, take the top half. I think I'm doing this right. Come on, come on. Fold this around. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Get these up. This covers that. This windshield pops out and comes up here. Bring the legs out front. The tire folds in behind them. It actually tabs in. There's a tab here and tabs in there. I'm on his feet. Look how everything tabbed in. And once his arms are up here and locked, you can flip this down. Same thing on both sides. Come around to his arms. And everything, oh, flip this down. Take his hand out, of course. I'm sorry. Elevate this and tab this in here. And we have one arm done. Same thing on this side. Look it down. Looking at the toy, not looking at the camera. I'm sorry, trying to keep it in frame. So I'm looking at the toy. Close that up. Put his arm back where it should be. Okay, I believe I got this guy. Put him over a little bit. Here he is in robot mode, and I've heard about it. I don't know if you can see it, paint chips on my fingers here. And there's some paint chips on my little surface here. from the white, and it's like, what did they paint white? Because the guy is he's mostly white, but I have the paint chips. Kind of look like the thighs are painted over. And again, I don't understand. And it looks like the forearms. I know they probably had to paint around the windows because all of this part is probably the blue. Unless they used a two-piece. No, they used like a two-piece. They added the window to the plastic. I don't understand. I really don't. And I just saw something pop in. I don't understand what they actually painted. But here's Ratchet, and I like the way he looks. I don't know if it's the white. I like him immediately out of the box better than Ironhide. Let me get in closer on his face. His face seems a little bit more defined than Ironhide. Could be wrong. It could be the same damn face, but it comes across a little bit better than Ironhide's. And I actually like the way he looks just a little bit better than Ironhide. Hey, no way this guy looks better than me. And here is Masterpiece Ironhide. And if I hadn't changed to this black surface, I might not have noticed. Oh, yeah. All the paint chips. Sorry. All the paint chips from Ratchet. A lot of paint chips coming off this guy. And again, I changed the backdrop because I didn't like how my Ramjet came out with like the white behind them, so I changed it to this. And noticing a lot of paint chips. It's like a lot of white dust on this surface. But anyway, I was curious to see if these guys had the same face. I don't know. What do you think? It looks very similar. The little chin thing looks a little slimmer over here. And okay, Ironhide has a little bit of a sour face going on. A little bit of a down frown that Ratchet doesn't have. So okay, the faces are different. They're just close, which they probably should be. But anyway, here are these guys side by side. Get him out of here. And real quick, just to go over articulation, should be real quick. He can look up this far, and he can look down. When I did Ratchet, I didn't know that the neck piece extended up some, and he can look down a little bit further than I thought, but he's still looking right into his chest. Pop that back down. His arm was 360, but when it hits this little piece, it kicks out to the side. It's not even doing that. You got to get it over here to 360. See what I'm saying? Bicep swivel, real strong bicep swivel, just like Ironhide. It pops out when you try to swivel, so you got to kind of hold it. Real strong friction there. Elbow bend, it bends that far. The plastic is hidden. 360 at the wrist. His hand opens up. No individually articulated fingers. His thumb even isn't on a ball joint. Couldn't get that out. Waist. I think he can 360 in that note. Little tire stopping him, but he has a good range of motion at the waist. His panels come up. His leg up pretty far. You can get it up that high. Get it back about that far. You can run up out of there. Swivels at the knee or just above the knee. And of course it rocks down here in the, you can actually, because the foot rotates, you can actually get some rocker out of that for some extra wide stance. And that is Ratchet's articulation. Try to get his leg back. Get Ironhide back out here. And basically what they did, other than the head and the paint job, he has a new waist sculpt. Over here we have the diamond, then we have like just a standard waist. And I believe this is exactly how it was drawn on the cartoon. The thighs, we have these two little grooves in there. Ironhide does not have those. But other than that, the thigh sculpt is actually completely the same. And those are the only differences I believe I see. And I found out that Ironhide's shoulders are misassembled, and you shouldn't be able to see the little teeth in there. and it was actually corrected on Ratchet. I don't know if I got too much light going on here. Alright, here we go. Teeth in Ironhide, no teeth in Ratchet shoulder. Alright, his first accessory, and from the tray, he never really used this damn thing. But it plugs into his back, just like Ironhide. It's more so in this mode for Ironhide. Again, he never really used it. You can put it down, you can turn it around, you can store it if you wanted to, just have it on his back hanging out. Or you can have it come over his head and shoot somebody. Predator style. Okay, next up we have his G1 gun. Gotta love that, just because it's G1. Looks a little weird, but I like it just the same. Okay, next up we have the gun that I learned was actually used on a cartoon episode. I don't know how I missed that. I have a lot of guns for a guy with low firepower. I know his G1 tech spec, his firepower is like a 4. Man, his bicep swivel is tight. Here he has the 2 different wrenches. One is like a standard wrench that we all know, and then the other one's like some Cybertronic Star Wars Hydro Spanner. I don't know what that is, but they had it in the cartoon. They actually did both of these. And he can fix Autobots. And these things, they just fit into his hand. They don't peg or anything, but they fit pretty solidly. This one has a little bit of play in it, but he's not going to drop it. Holds on to him real good. That's another thing about this mold. It holds on to all the weapons real tight. And I'm very happy to include this little thing. I remember from a couple episodes, like one time he was fixing Ironhide, and then one time he was repairing Bumblebee's memory in the cave. And this little thing also comes with the actual laser coming out of it and the spark, which I think is so awesome. And also you can take that and use this pistol and put it on here, or you can use it as another I think in the instructions it says a laser scalpel. He has that, and you can fold his arm back up, and you take this thing, which we've also seen him use on a cartoon. I don't know if this is the top or the bottom. Pegs on there. Might look better this way. Out of there. Right there. I think it looks a little bit better that way. That peg's on there, and you can also take this here. And I know on my shelf, well, it doesn't fit on here as well as the other ones, but on my shelf, man, this guy is going to spend most of his time repairing somebody. Oh, watch it, Ratchet. Like, he's going to give somebody the repair job, no matter what. I wish they could have worked in a way to light that thing up. Been real sweet. I like that. And we all know these guns. These 2 guns were famous. Not only did they not hit anybody, but Ratchet got tore up. Well, it looked like Starscream, just Megatron just dropped this guy. He lasted longer than Ironhide, though, I'll tell you that. But yeah, these are the 2 most famous guns in Transformer history that didn't hit a damn thing. But I'm glad they put them in there. I knew when I saw them with Ironhide that that's what they were for. Awesome. Just awesome. I can't wait to get all the guys and try to recreate that scene. And last but not least, you can change his face, which I hope every figure they put out from now on you can do this with. I think I made it more difficult. His head kind of split on me when I was changing his face. You see that? Kind of separated. A little helmet. But here is the happy face. Okay, to end this tour review, I just want to say I like this figure. Pretty much knew what I was getting after getting Ironhide. I actually like this guy a little bit better. I think because of the white. I like Ironhide's character a little bit better, but I like this toy better. The only thing about the white, I'm worried about it fading over time. Now, all toys fade, but white tends to fade faster. Get discolored, I should say, discoloration over time. But same thing as Ironhide. If you have Ironhide, exact same thing. And I'm gonna, before I go, I'm gonna get them in van mode just to see if I can see where all the little white flaking is coming from. But other than that, unless I find something in van mode, I really like this figure. And again, if you got Ironhide, you know what to expect. You won't be disappointed. It's Ratchet. We finally got him. A must-have for anybody who collected the G1. He's finally done right. I think he's the best Ratchet out there. Third parties, you can throw them in the trash. We got him. And this has been George, the 80s Transformer fan, saying, see you soon. Alright, I got this guy back into van mode to try to see where the paint chipping was coming from. And other than a few little marks, I'm not sure if that's the actual chipping, and I was still experiencing paint flaking off when I transformed them back. I really don't see it. I guess that's a good thing, but it's definitely coming off. But I don't see like any problem areas or anything like to be worried about. I see like a little tiny nick here. Everything is like real small. So I guess it's all good. It's coming off, but don't know where. Okay, everybody, if you watch my entire Ratchet review, or maybe if you just skip to the end, you've made it to what I like to call now a bonus review. And in my bonus review, I'm going to take a look at my entire, well, my Autobot Masterpiece collection, notwithstanding duplicates and repaints. Even though there are some duplicates and repaints, but you'll understand what I'm saying. In the back, all the way back there, we have the Toys R Us version of Optimus Prime. I used to have the MP10 version, the Takara version, but I sold it off in order to get this one. Well, not to get, I knew this was coming out, so I sold it off to get this one at a much cheaper price. I figured same figure, save 150 bucks, which I did. But now I kind of want the other one back again. Then we have in the center back there, standing tall, is Ultra Magnus, Takara version, of course. Masterpiece Grimlock. I have the Toys R Us version as well, and I have the knockoff version, but I went with this version for my display here. And over here we have the recently released Hot Rodimus. Then next to him we have Prowl, Takara version. I have the Toys R Us version of that as well. The newly released, in the star of this review, Ratchet, followed by Ironhide. Come over here to Wheeljack, Takara. These guys don't have Toys R Us or US version. Tracks, Smokescreen, Sideswipe, Bumblebee, Blue Streak. I have the Blue Streak. I have his repaint, but I didn't put him out here because I think he's the same character. I can't read the Asian bio and haven't looked at the translation, but I think he's the same Blue Streak, just repainted. He might be a different character altogether. And like I said, with Wheeljack, I have Exhaust, and I forgot to put him in my Decepticon review, and I was going to stick him in here, but I didn't do it. And these are most of the guys that are out so far. I never got Tiger Tracks because originally I wasn't too happy with this. I might go back and get that guy. I didn't get Red Alert again because I wasn't happy with the way this guy came out with the paint splotches and lack of accessories. And now they're doing the anime accurate Red Alert. I might just wait and get that one. I know I'm gonna get Red Alert eventually to have them with these guys. Who else they have out that I do not have? Few guys. A lot of guys I just passed on because they were repaints. And Star Convoy, he was never. I never had any love for that guy. He came out after I was an adult, and I never got into Star Convoy, so I never bought that guy. Don't expect for me to buy Optimus Primal. I watched Beast Wars. I didn't collect Beast Wars, but I watched it, and I don't think I'll be shelling out $100+ for that guy because I really didn't have any love for him. I get the guys that I really, really like, or think I'm going to really, really like. Sometimes I open them up and I don't like. But here is my masterpiece collection as it stands so far. Okay, and now I want to take a look at what is the original ARC crew that came from Cybertron on the ARC in the original TV series. Again, we got Sideswipe, Prowl, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Blue Streak, Wheeljack, Ironhide. Toys R Us version of MP10 and MP01 back there himself. I had to break out the big guy so he can make an appearance. Again, I wish they had stayed with this scale. So Ironhide would probably be as big as MP10, and a lot of the guys would be a lot bigger. Prowl would probably be Ratchet size, and Bumblebee probably be Blue Streak size. You get it. You get it. And the reason why I threw these guys together because now either the large scale cars or bigger cars we have, I believe Jazz, Mirage, Sunstreaker, Trailbreaker, and Hound left. So we got like 5 major guys left. And then out of the minis, we have Brawn, Cliff Jumper, Huffer, and Gears left for the original run. The Decepticons only have, I believe, Reflector left for their first run, guys. Or him and Shockwave came out in between waves, but this is my ARC crew so far from the original guys from the first season of the G1 Transformers cartoon.